If I say the word witness, what comes to your mind? For most of us, when we hear the word witness, we think of a court scene or something where we witness someone do something bad. But guess what? Sometimes you can witness things that are good. For example, when my oldest daughter, Autumn, was in first grade, she had this crazy idea to walk home from school all by herself. At the time, we were living in a town of a population around 4,000 people, and we only lived about 4 blocks away from the elementary school that she attended. For weeks and weeks, she tried to convince my wife and I that she could do it all by herself. Finally, we told her that she could give it a shot. We went through all of the rules, looking both ways before crossing the street, walking with friends as long as she could, and not talking to strangers unless they had candy. Of course, I'm joking about that last one. Then, after school, she started her walk home. What she didn't know was that I was following her the whole way. I stayed about a half a block behind her, and I watched her make every single turn, cross every single street. As I followed her, I had a mix of emotions. I was happy to see my little girl was growing up, making good decisions. But I also was a little disturbed when I realized I probably could have been arrested at any point along the walk. After all, think about this. I was all by myself, stalking this little girl, walking home from school all by herself. And as strange as it seems, as Christians, we have to understand we're being watched too. Hebrews chapter 12 verse 1 says, "Since we are surrounded by such a great cloud of witnesses, let us throw off everything that hinders and the sin that so easily entangles." The thing is, my daughter had no idea that I was witnessing everything she was doing as she walked home. Likewise, Scripture talks about how as Christians, we are also being watched. And because we are being watched, we need to do our best to follow the rules that God has written out for us in the instruction manual, our Bible. Not just because they are a recipe to a great life, but also because when we live a great example the way Christ did, we have a cloud of witnesses that may be watching us do it all along.